Good evening, race fans. We welcome you to the Irish Hills of Michigan International Speedway. We've got a fun one here, 2 races until the playoffs. Tonight, we bring you the Michigan 250, the 25th round of the season, 125 grueling laps around this incredible 2-mile facility. Good evening, friends. Marty Sakala with you. So glad you could join us. Last week, it was a win for Ashton Crowder. We've got 26 drivers on the docket ready to take the green flag in what should be a great race tonight. As we get set to go racing here in Michigan, your starting lineup for tonight, qualifying just ended. We were on a little bit late as the broadcast was just transitioning over from RSN Trackside to the National Sim Racing League on my channel. Here's how the lineup looks. Brian Preslar on the front row with Mark Sikosi next to him. That is row 1. Row number 2, David Salter and Alan Crowell in the 88 and the 9. Row number 3, Landon Lacey in the number 53 and Justin Dilt in the 19. The 4th row, Josh Susi in the 12 and Robbie Bice in the 28. Rounding out the top 10, Kayla McCarthy in the 24 and Steve Strittmatter in the 51. Row number 6, Jimmy Barr in the 6, Tyler Isley in the number 17. As we go through the grid to row number 7, you'll find Dylan Clark in the 34 and Briggs Swope in car number 7. Row number 8, Don DeGroot in the 20, Brian Wiggins in car number 1. Row 9, Don DeGroot row number 9, Josh Aaron driving the 77, David Smeel in the 29, and in row 10, Jeff Cox in the 45 and Kyle Milliken in the 42. Row 11, Stan Mayberry in the 99 and Alex Robinson in the 23. Row number 12, that's Tom Pera in the 16 and George Wood making his debut in the number 21. In row 13, rounding out the field is Ryan Broderick in the 5 and Terry Duguay in the number 14. We get ready to go here. Let's give you the weather forecast for today's race. February 2nd, 2022, 82 degrees is the track temp. Air temp is 77 degrees, blowing at 9 miles an hour with partly cloudy skies. Here's how the race will go down tonight. 125 laps. Stages will end at laps 30 and 60. 18 degrees in the turns as the track seats 137,000. 6 tire sets for tonight's race. So we should expect just about 3 to 4 green flag pit stops, maybe even 5. 1 pace lap here around MIS as we are ready to take the green flag. A surprise pole sitter by the name of Brian Preslar lines up right next to Mark Sikosi. Well, race fans, it's time to strap in and hold on tight, because where else would you rather be than right here, right now? The pace car makes the left-hand turn into pit road. Brian Preslar, a surprise pole, Mark Sikosi, they make up the front row. Here we go. It's showtime in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Three wide already for position number 4. On the outside, Mark Sikosi falls back to position number 3. Landon Lacey makes his way up to second position, and he's challenging early for the race lead on Preslar in that 67. Lacey, who's got 3 wins on the season, all on the consecutive docket, takes the Martin Sports 50 through to the inside. They nearly make contact. Lacey is loose as Preslar gets up into the wall. We're 3 wide for the 3rd position, and Josh Susi makes a charge. He is up to 3rd. We're under caution for the first time this evening. And Jeff Cox has backed the Cartoon Racing Network number 45 into the wall, making his 2nd start on the season. We are hearing that Pera was also involved in this. So stand by as we take a look at the replay and show you what brought out the first yellow of the evening. Cox lost it by himself, got it down the grass, and then came up right in front, and Perro makes contact. He was trying to duck it down pit road in order to try and miss the accident. Right on board with Jeffrey Cox. Rear end came out from underneath them. Let's also show you the Tom Pera on board. He tried to swipe it to the left and try and go through pit road to avoid trouble. Now, if you enter a closed pit road, but you don't make your stop, that is considered legal. So Cox early with some damage to his machine. A couple of drivers in the pits, Stan Mayberry, Kyle Milliken. Among the notables that will take tires. Having some technical difficulties at the moment without graphics and camera system, so we'll be locked on the number 99 for right now in Stan Mayberry. Couple of things to mention as well. Now, if this was a race with the 550 horsepower package, the drivers could hold it wide open. However, though, iRacing recently had an update where they are going at it with 670 horsepower, just like you'd see in the Cup Series race. Now, 670 horsepower means you won't see a lot of pack racing, a lot of drivers drafting all together now. There we go. And yes, like I said, this is a track. That guy cannot hold it wide open. Drivers have to actually let off the throttle, especially when they're in the draft. If they want to have a chance at winning, you can't lose the rear end of the car. Let's take a look at the point standings coming on in, especially when it comes to the playoff scenarios. And we say that we are one lap to the green flag. Josh Susi locked in with 5 wins on the season. He is locked into the playoffs. Then Landon Lacey not eligible with 3 wins, as he has not made 13 starts yet this season. He won't make 13 by the end of the year with 2 races until the playoffs. Tyler Isley locked in with 2 wins. And then third is Mark Cook. He had 15 starts on the season. However, though, he is already quit on the series. Caleb McCarthy has a win. Alan Crowell also with the win. They are all eligible. Jimmy Crowell does not have a win. Dylan Clark with a win is eligible. And that is the situation of the drivers that have won that are eligible in the playoffs. So top 5 drivers right now in the playoffs. Final driver, I believe, in at the moment would be Kyle Milliken. If not, I think it's Tom Pera. So here we go, ready to go back to green for this restart. Brian Preslar, Mark Sikosi, row 1. Sikosi had the lead, I believe, when the yellow came out. We're ready to go back to green. It was Preslar correction as he brings them back into the Speed Demon restart zone. We're back to racing. Great restart from Preslar as Sikosi looks on the inside for the race lead. Can he get it to stick off the corner on board with Susi? He goes down a lane, and he wants second spot on the 67. Top 4, double file like they're still on a pace lap. Preslar all the way up to the seal lane, went way wide of the entry as Lacey threads the needle 3 wide for second. Here comes the 88, David Salter, Iowa winner. He's in 5th as Sikosi leads them. Top 4 currently nose to tail. Then you have Alan Crow in 5th. Preslar's in the wall. Oh my! Big wreck! Stredmatter up on 2 wheels. Yellow is out. One car is hard into the inside wall. Josh Aaron also involved. That's Brian Wiggins. That has demolished the number 1. Man, oh man, you've got to be kidding me. Brian Preslar got up in the wall off of turn 2, and it led to an accordion effect. Second time we are under caution in this race today. Make sure you add 1 every time. Let's ride from our drone shot. Give you the best piece of footage of what happened. Now let's rewind this and get a better perspective on what happened with Preslar. He was on the top side. Oh, we didn't see this, but he got loose in turn 2, caught the grass, gets up into the wall. Now he's fine here, completely fine. It was ahead of them where they touched. Was it? I think it was McCarthy. Was it McCarthy in the 24, I think it was, that went for a wild ride? Or was it Strip Matter? It was Strip Matter that caught into McCarthy, which sent her around. But other than that, I don't think there's any damage off of McCarthy. But this here is where the damage is done. Watch Wiggins as he tries to miss it. There's contact. Oof. Pounded it. This is from Wiggins' onboard. He got into the back of Dylan Clark. Pounds the left side. That's the only onboard we haven't had, is we have many drivers come into pit road. Second yellow of this race while we are at it. Let's continue talking about the points. Again, like I said, currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers with wins that are locked into the playoffs. 6th, Briggs Swope with 653 points. 7th, Josh Aaron with 632. 8th, Jimmy Barr, 593. 9th, Justin Diltz, 588. 10th is Brian Preslar. He's got 487. 11th in points, Ryan Broderick. If he starts this race, he is locked into the playoffs. He's got 395 points. 12th, Tom Para with 390 points. 13th, Justin Cope with 383 points. 14th, Brian Wiggins with 366. 15th is Daniel Menzies with 329 points. And 16th is Kyle Milliken with 317 points and locked in. The only 16 drivers that are eligible to make the playoffs. 1 lap to go until we get the green flag, and we will reset the field here for you once again. Again, please ignore where it says first caution. This is our second caution of the evening. Folks, while we were at it, let us know who you were rooting for and where you were watching from. Of course, we got some fun chats coming. Alex Robinson in 16th says Mr. Miyagi is here. Chris Lynn makes his return. Yes, first race for Lynn in race control ever since he was AFK last week. Nobody knows why. But he pretty much pulled a Stone Cold Steve Austin pop. Surprise, I'm back. Reset the field, Mark Sikosi and Landon Lacey in row 1. Row 2, Josh Susi and David Salter. Row number 3 is Justin Diltz and Alan Crowell. Row 4, Robbie Bice and Tyler Isley. Rounding out the top 10 is Briggs Swope and David Smeal. Ready to get into the Speed Demon Setups restart zone. Mark Sikosi is the race leader, selected the outside line for this restart. Away we go once again, and he catches Lacey Sleeping. Almost changed lanes there, which you're not allowed to do in the National Sim Racing League until you cross that start-finish line. Sikosi holds serve, Lacey second, Susie third. Salter up to fourth. Here's Alan Crowell in the Speed Demon 9 machine, facing a challenge from his teammates. He lets Justin Diltz have at it in fifth, who had a rough week last week with a head-on crash in turn 1 at Indy. But a change for the race lead. Landon Lacey to the point. Sikosi loses 3 spots in half a lap, and Lacey and Susie put the KTS boys 1-2. Salter in the 88 up in third, trying to work off the draft of Susie. Sikosi still out there right in fourth. Salter tried to get around to the inside. They stay single file. Crowell facing a challenge from Tyler Isley in the 17. That's the battle for fifth. And Crowell just lets Isley have at it. Crowell's been fainting a little bit. Oh my! Susie's on the apron. Maybe a little bit too much throttle off of turn 2. I'm not too sure. He saves it. Oh, trouble. Jeffrey Cox to the 45, and that may be a car that's done for the night. Another car is involved, and that is Para in the 16 for our third yellow, so it's going to be this kind of night, huh? Tom Para, more a New York native. We were talking just moments ago about, before pre-race, about Lancaster, how they had a wheel and modified tour race last year, and he didn't even know it. Cox loose, that's in turn 2. Did he come back up into Para? Nope, Cox lost it again. Then this time he comes up, head-on shot, and oh man. Let's do this angle once more here for you folks at home. Oh, right in that opening where that barrier thins out. Cox has to control that race car for sure. Did not have the best practice from what I'm hearing. That's a bad shot for Jeffrey. Let's go to Para. He was on the brakes. Now if he keeps it on the gas, you try and yank it to the right, or maybe even if he's in the clutch. But no way of getting out of that. Cox is out of the race after just 10 laps. Para trying to get his machine into pit road. We can tell you Brian Wiggins still on track. Preslars brought his 67 into the pits. So that's how it looks at the moment after 12 laps. While we're at it, we'll step aside. We'll take our first break of the evening. Stay with us. The National Sim Racing League, live from Michigan.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Ready for the restart here at the Irish Hills of Michigan, and we'll reset the field for you as we come back to green. Landon Lacey and David Salter make up row number 1. Row 2, that is Josh Susi and Mark Sikosi. Row number 3, give it to Tyler Isley and Justin Diltz. Row 4, David Smeal and Alan Crowell. And row 5, Robbie Bice and Briggs Swoll. Pace car is in the hands of Landon Lacey, who selected the outside for this restart. And let Susi know when it's time to go. There he goes. We're back to green. Salter caught sleeping. Falls back to third from the point. Isley up on the outside, looking for third. Door is slammed by Salter. Top 4, nose to tail into turn number 3. Here's Salter looking up on the top shelf once more. That's been the preferred lane at many years at Michigan in real life the past few years. But this time it looks like you need help with the draft. But the low line seems to be the key as Susi breaks the draft from Salter to keep them 1-2, preventing Salter from trying to make a pass early. Sikosi up there on Isley, looking, that's the battle for fourth. Oh man, goes down 2 lanes. He wants P4 on Salter as Isley's up to third. Sikosi trying to get the drafting help he needs. That was from Sikosi. This time it's from Smeal. Smeal edges out Sikosi for P5. Sikosi dropping back like a rock. Smeal just had the fastest lap of the day at a 38.95. Great time for the driver, the number 29. Trouble, by the way, behind them. Oh, big one. Josh Aaron brings out the yellow. We're hearing Dylan Clark as Brian Wiggins are also involved. Clark is one of the faster ones of the series, and remember, he was in the back earlier for the wreck that he was involved in that brought the second yellow flag out. Our 4th caution of the day again, that's +1. So this is going to really be like this, guys. This is redonkulous early here. 4 cautions and 18 laps. At Michigan, of all places. How can you not handle Michigan? What happened? This started with Aaron. Yeah, he got loose right in front of Clark. And they Milliken just missed it. Let's get another angle here. Let's go to Dylan Clark. Right there, just in front of him. Milliken, strip matter. Wow, with an incredible save. Let's see if we're right on board here with Aaron. Clark. Right into Aaron. Clark had nowhere to go. Spins the baby out. Preisler, nice job for him to miss it. And Brian Wiggins, is he just trying to miss it? Strip matter. Watch the 51 can make the nice save. Milliken made a nice save. Too much right wheel into it. And just snaps once again. Head on into the wall. Jay Bebe is in the chat saying this car is atrocious from what I've heard. Well, just saying, guys, no offense, but there is a thing called practice. and also testing too, to try and work on your cars and adjust them the way you want them. So, I mean, come on, we are a Cup Series and we have 4 cautions in a race. I don't know what to say. I don't focus on practice, by the way. I only focus on the races. So we won't have audio coverage today. Reason why is, again, we joined in late, so we didn't have a lot of time to get up to our software and stuff like that. So we won't be providing any chatter from the drivers today unless they chat on Twitch. So you get the point. And 1 lap to green. Stand by for the starting lineup. All right. Here we go. Susie and Isley, row 1. Smeal and Sikosi, row 2. Dilts and Swope, row 3. Jimmy Barr, Kayla McCarthy in row 4. And Stan Mayberry and Don DeGroot round out the top 10. Pace car is in. And Josh Susie's the leader as he stayed out. Top 7 stayed out. As the first one on fresh tires amongst the leaders was Landon Lacey. Back to green. 10 laps to go in stage 1. Robinson is dropped to the pack. And stage 1 ends at lap 30, and it's Susie, Smeal, Icy. Oh, trouble behind them, Justin Dilt. Can he save it? Oh, rest in peace, Blue Cone. Yes, he does. Gets it back going. He falls back to 20th. Meanwhile, out front, Sikosi looks like he's trying to get a run top shelf on Tyler Isley for 3rd position. Cannot, though, just yet. Here's the battle for the lead. Smeal Jr. tries the inside on Susie as Isley blinks out and says, surprise, surprise, I'm taking 2nd away from you, son. Oh, they get together! No! Oh, no, Smeal. Oh, no, he collects another and perhaps even more. I think Wiggins got involved. Somebody blew up. Strip matter.
Oh, I got it. I got a black flag. What the hell?
Robbie Bice involved. Oh, my heavens. We got everyone dropping out like flies 2 by 2. We're to the point where we may have nobody left. This could soon become a poverty race. Isley loose off a 2 and comes down. And then he got into Milliken and came into more traffic. I think that was strip matter he got into. It just tore the car to pieces. Let's go from that drone shot we have. There it is right there. Went off track and then, oh, he wasn't on the brake until there. Tried to gas it back up. There's Milliken. A couple of people probably yelling, hey, there's a brake pedal for a freaking reason. Look at Isley on the onboard. The rear out just came out from underneath them, and Smeel was just there. There's a wall for physics. Smeel Jr. right there. And this is where it gets ugly. Car is junk. What looked to be a fast top 5 car is destroyed. We also have one more on board, so we're going to go back one more time. Let's watch Robbie Bice. Nope, I think he came to a stop here and said, you know what, screw it, I'm done, I'm getting out of here. Let's hear what Strip Matter's saying.
Thank you.
I think he's just trying to talk to race control here. Now, we haven't heard anything that it is the stage ending, but it should not, so we should be good to go. All right, so this is one lap to green. All right, let's get back down to the green flag.
Pick up the cars in front of you here.
There'll be 5 laps to go when we get back to the green. Let's reset the field here. It is Josh Susi, Mark Sikosi, row 1. Susi selects the inside lane. Landon Lacey has gotten his way up to 4th position. Next to him is Briggs Swope. Row number 3, Caleb McCarthy and Jimmy Barr. Row 4, that is Kyle Milliken and Stan Mayberry. And rounding out the top 10, that's David Salter and Brian Preslar. Again, the stage ends at lap 30. We'll have to see closely if we get a yellow, if this is the stage.
The restart.
Because it could be. Back to green as Susi fires. Sikosi spins the tires up, and we have a stack up on the restart. Looks like everyone gets them going with no issue, though. Great restart. 3 wide for second around the outside. Landon Lacey will accept the 2-for-1 discount.
51 cars gonna have to pit here. Going low.
Meanwhile, for third, Sikosi up top on Swope as Sikosi takes away third. Swope continues to fade. Jimmy Barr trying to close it into Larson Inspire number 6. Milliken up to 6 following a wreck earlier. Same with Caleb McCarthy, who's in 8th position. Salter to the inside. The 88 takes 7th. Don't forget, stage ends at lap number 30. Lacey trying to close in on his teammate for the battle for the race lead. Using that cushion. Can't really seem to find anything to try and close in. You see Barr working on Sikosi for third spot. 3 to go in the stage. Don't forget the pits are closed at lap 29. See Milliken. Oh, Milliken loses it for a moment but catches control. Barr might have lost it in turn 2 as well. Salter has made the pass stick for 4th. Let's go back to 10th position. Brian Preslar currently has it, but faces a challenge. Brian Wiggins right behind as Wiggins. Excuse me, Preslar currently in 11th. He's the first one out. And looks for 10th on McCarthy. He's got to run.
Pit road is closed.
You hear it, pits are closed. Salter, fastest lap of the race at a 38.78. He's up to P3. And the battle for the lead, it's on. Oh, man! The KTS teammates nearly collide. This is from Susie's onboard. And Salter sends it in. Remember, Salter's got fresh tires along with Lacey. Can Susie hold off second and third on worn tires? Could come down to the white flag here in stage 1. Lacey with the draft up to second. As Susie shuts the door, Lacey is loose in 1. Salter tries to connect it up on the outside. Oh my, Susie is way loose. Here comes Salter up on the outside. Susie slams the door. Salter tries to cross it over to the inside. Susie slams the door. Oh, there's net code. Big net code. Nice save from Susie. That was a major net code, friends. And off the corner, Salter versus Lacey for stage 1. Give it to Salter. His second stage win on the year. First, if you don't count the win in the race. But David Salter wins the stage. You have a look at the top 10 on your screen. Kayla McCarthy was able to hold off Don DeGroot and Brian Wiggins for the final stage point. So it was Salter, followed up by Lacey, Sikosi, Milliken, Susie, Barr, Mayberry, Swope, Clark, and McCarthy, the top 10. We'll step aside here, folks. We will keep it right here with you as we have pit stops coming up.
Pace cars come out of 2.
Field comes up and we are ready to go for pit stops. All right, entire field coming on in. Ford tires in field. Does anyone stay out? We have one driver that we are seeing stay out. That is Isley in the 17, who pitted on lap 23. We'll watch the stop of the driver of the 88, who had a great qualifying run, started from 3rd position. Salter, by the way, the winner of the Christmas Classic event at Iowa. Not eligible for the playoffs because he will not hit the target of 13 starts. And race off pit road goes to Salter. Excuse me, Dylan Clark wins it, went field only. Salter, Sikosi, Milliken, and Stussy with the top 5. Go to commercial break here. Tyler Isley leads. We'll be right back. Ready to begin stage number 2 here at Michigan. Next week, the National Sim Racing League is at Twin Ring Motegi, where we'll say sayonara to the regular season. Do not miss out. That will be a fun one. 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/Marty Sakala and the National Sim Racing League Facebook page. Tyler Isley, Steve Stripmatter stayed out. That's the front row. Dylan Clark won the race off pit road. Him and David Salter next to each other, row 2. Mark Sikosi, Kyle Milliken in row 3. Josh Susi, Landon Lacey, row 4. It's going to be Josh Susi, Jimmy Barr, row 4. Now it's Landon Lacey, Jimmy Barr, Stan Mayberry, the top 10. Back to green. What a jump. Stripmatter caught sleeping. Clark takes advantage up to second position. Salter thought about throwing the needle to take it 3 wide, but he is stuck with Stripmatter right in front of him. Stripmatter in third after going on 2 wheels in the second yellow of the race. Big stack up going down the back straightaway. Salter to take advantage. He wants third. Susi wants fourth, but more importantly, he may want payback on Salter. But I don't think Susi has heard or gotten the memo. That was a netcode deal. And we all know what netcode does. Netcode just happens. Oh man, Sikosi thought about taking it 3 wide in the corner, but thinks second of it. Meanwhile, Clark up to second, wants the race lead on Tyler Isley. See what happens. Oh, Stripmatter's on the wall. Stripmatter's on the wall, and lets everyone go. Add on probably 2 incident points to his IL today. Meanwhile, for the lead, here comes Salter to the inside on Tyler Isley. Let's see if he can get the stick. Crosses it over, and Salter's got the lead at the line. Remember, Isley stayed out on the restart. On board Tyler. Stayed out after spinning in the caution before the stage ending. He lets Susi go by, the former teammate. Takes away second, now losing more. Landon Lacey, Dylan Clark in an invasion for third. Clark with a little bit of a lag spike once more. And the teammates side by side for third position. Lacey takes that away. Let's go behind them where it's starting to get exciting. How about Stan Mayberry? Have not called his name out yet tonight. Currently in 8th position. Inside he goes on Jimmy Barr for 7th. Oh, Milliken. Some left rear tire smoke. currently in 10th position, makes a nice save. Stan Mayberry right behind on Jimmy Barr and Kayla McCarthy. When you've got the luck of Kyle Larson on your Trading Paints machine, oh, that almost went away as Mayberry nearly turned Barr into the wall. That would have been disastrous. Barr thinking about the inside on Kayla McCarthy. See if that can work. Let's right on board with Stan Mayberry for a lap. He's got the draft off of McCarthy. He's got a big run. See you later, Jimmy Barr. McCarthy's up to 7. Oh my! 2-for-1 discount down the back straightaway for Stan Mayberry. Clears Kayla for 6th position. Mayberry, by the way, biggest mover of the race from 23rd up to 6th. That was a beautiful overtake. Just ran his personal best. 39:33. Susie loose off for turn 2, and Lacey wants to take advantage in the battle for 2nd. Oh man, nearly 3 wide for the race lead. This battle is on. Lacey on the outside of Salter. And some near contact again between Salter and Susie. Here comes Jimmy Barr on the bottom of the track, looking on McCarthy. And Barr with the slider up on Kayla. Jimmy takes away 7th. Kayla's car has been really fading, even after she pitted under yellow. Don DeGroot looking inside on Briggs Swope. That's for 11. That's the first position out of the top 10 for stage ending at lap 60. And Swope, I think he's got a little bit of a draft off at Sikosi, using that to his advantage as Briggs takes away 11th. Oh man, Mayberry got loose off of turn 2 for a moment as he's up there with Clark in that 34, still without some damage. And Mayberry now up to 5th. For now though. Now he looks to close in on Isley for the position. Here he goes. What a run for Mayberry. He's got a car dialed into this long run. Does he slide up on Isley? Remember, Isley stayed out under pit stops, and a nice slider from Mayberry on the clear up. Try and say bye-bye to Isley. Next car ahead, though, is in turn 3. 2.5 seconds in front. Barr looking for the position on Clark. As Clark blinks, Barr makes it look easy in the flow machine. Eighth spot on the line, Milliken. Mark Sikosi wants a piece of this. 3 drivers, all with the final 3 spots of the stage. McCarthy got wobbly in the center, had to back it off the gas. You see it on the dash. Can't get to full throttle until just now. It's a tough break. Isley and Clark continue to fade a little bit. We got a driver in pit road. That's Tom Pera. We got to catch a break here, people. Lacey, Salter, Susie, Mayberry, and Barr, the top 5. You watch the battle for the lead on your screen as we go side by side. 47 laps are in the books here at the Michigan 250 in the Irish Trails of Brooklyn, Michigan. An incredible track. I go here every year. Been going here every year since 2009, with the exception of 2020. Of course, we know why there. But always provides great racing for sure. So watch this battle for the lead happen between Landon Lacey and David Salter. Oh man, Lacey off the gas big time, has to give the lead up. David Salter takes the race lead away. You saw it on side by side when he made the pass. Now we're going to watch the replay once again on how he stuck the pass. Got to the inside. Just makes it look easy on the bottom. Had the preferred line. So just about approaching 10 laps to go in the stage as Tom Pera is in the pit. While we're at it, let's give you a full field rundown. David Salter with the lead. Landon Lacey is second. Josh Soucy is running third. Stan Mayberry is fourth. Jimmy Barr is fifth. Kyle Milliken is sixth. Mark Sikosi is seventh. Kayla McCarthy is eighth. Dylan Clark ninth. Tyler Isley is 10th. 11th is Don DeGroot. 12th is Briggs Swope. 13th, Brian Wiggins. 14th is Justin Diltz. 15th, Alan Crowell. 16th, Brian Preslar. 17th, Josh Aaron. 18th, Steve Strittmatter. 19th is Alex Robinson. Tom Pera currently running in 20th. Those are the only drivers left in the race. Robbie Bice, David Smeal, Jeffrey Cox, George Wood, Ryan Broderick, and Terry Duguay did not make the race. The best battle's on your screen. Let's go to third position. Mayberry has caught Josh Soucy. Mayberry's got a car today for sure. Possibly the best car he has had this season since he debuted with the series at Gateway. Oh, Mayberry, though, got loose in the entry and still is in it. Almost makes contact with Soucy and drove it in deep in the battle for third. See if this works out yet, and it does. Mayberry takes away P3. Back up front, though, for the race lead. Lacey trying to challenge Salter once more. Let's close the gap back in. Lacey sends it in. Comes up, no. Can't make the pass just yet. Back to 0.2 of a second. Let's go back to another good battle here. Sikosi and Milliken. They're working in lap traffic. Strittmatter in the 51. This is getting intense. We have bump draft from Sikosi. From Soucy to Sikosi, excuse me. One car off track. That's Josh Aaron. He's in the grass of the tri-oval. And makes a nice save off of turn 4. Battles all over the place. A battle for the race lead. A battle happening for position right here. That's for 4th. Here we go. Lacey on the outside. Yes. He's got Salter cleared. New leader, the Martin Sports 53. Let's go mid-pack. This is for the final stage point. Don DeGroot and Briggs Swope. If you get in the top 10, you get a stage. If you don't, you get a bonus point. If you don't, you won't get any. Dylan Clark and Caleb McCarthy are on the verge of losing both ends of that. 4 cars under a blanket. Battle for 9th position. That is the battle for 8th, excuse me. That's getting intense down the back chute. DeGroot's up there. Wants 9th from Dylan Clark. Can he get it? Right now he's got him nipped. DeGroot backed out of it. 1 car off track, it's Jimmy Barr. And Barr's bringing the 6 into pit row. That's a risky decision. I think he may have spun it, though. Let's take a look. We've got reports that he went off track here. Pardon me, that was the wrong car. Lost it in turn 4. Puts it, mows the lawn. And decides, let's go get a change of tires while we're at it. But that puts Jimmy Barr a lap down, and he'll be trapped there unless we get a couple more yellows. Longest green flag run of the day. And it's coming down to the wire for stage 2. Will Salter win stages 1 and 2 for the first time in his career? Or will Landon Lacey get a stage win? 2 to go at the line. There we go. Salter down low. He had the draft, the slipstream.
Pit lane is closed.
Slingshot was engaged. Lacey outbreaks Salter into 1. They're door to door in the corner. Salter can't make the pass work just yet. What's it going to come down to for a stage win? Oh, Salter drove it deep. He's working the basement. Big slipstream. Is it going to go? He doesn't go for the draft. He tries to pull up to the inside. 1 lap to go on the stage. Lacey shuts the door. They cross over. Lacey slams the door once, twice. Salter crosses it back down to the bottom. Does he have the run? Oh, it's getting close. They're off the corner. Lacey's got the edge. Salter, will there be another knuckle bump? He's got the run down the back. This is just for a stage win. Lacey lets Salter have it to see if Salter drove it deep. Lacey trying to fight it back on the bottom. Up on the outside of turn 4. He clips the wall. David Salter sees the green and white checkered flag. And Salter takes the stage win in a fun one. So
It's the end of stage 2.
So Salter wins the stage. Pit stops are coming up in just a moment. Stay with us.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Pit stops are underway. You see your favorite drivers on the screen. You see Lacey right up to the bumper of Salter. You can't pass in the pits. He just wants to get up there as close as he can. They started from 3rd and 4th respectively. Oh, correction, I take that back. They started from 3rd and 5th. See if there's any strategy. Who's off the jack first? Ah, nice stop from Salter. Gets the race off pit road. And how about Mayberry? Up to 2nd. Milliken 3rd and Susie 4th. Sikosi 5th. Swope 6th. Clark 7th. DeGroot 8th. Preslar 9th. And Diltz rounds out the top 10. We'll go back to break once more. David Salter will bring them to the green flag when we come back. Here we go. We're ready to go back to the green flag for the beginning of stage number 3. David Salter and Stan Mayberry, that is the front row. Row number 2 is Josh Susie and Kyle Milliken. Row 3, Briggs Swope and Mark Sikosi. Row 4, Dylan Clark and Don DeGroot. And row 5 is Brian Preslar and Justin Diltz. Our 7th caution of the evening as we are ready to go back to the green flag. Nice restart from Salter. He selected the outside line. Mayberry is caught sleeping. A possible chance for 2nd position. Susie's up to 2nd. Mayberry taking 3rd. Good battle for 4th. Milliken and Swope go at it. Here we go for the lead, though. Susie down to the bottom. Susie looking for the first lap leads in stage 1. Caution, though, is out. And we'll have to see who led it at the line. And we're hearing Kyle Milliken. And it is, and he is all torn up. That beautiful martini vodka scheme is junk. Scoring is saying Josh Susie had the lead. That's absolutely huge. Let's go back to the replay, show you what happened with Kyle Milliken. Now, he was already around, and that's going to end his night, though. Can we rewind the footage? He's riding the outside. The car just started to come out from underneath him. And Sikosi gets a piece of it. It's a nice save. Also involved was the 20 of Don DeGroot. There was a netcode issue there as well. And the onboard came in as this happened. Unless the data recorders detects that it's a crash, onboards come in the second before, but if it's called for a crash, the signals are recorded 10 seconds before. The crashes are determined 10 seconds before, so if you understand what I mean. While we're at it, let's take this opportunity to give a shout out to our sponsors, Butt Kicker, Speed Demon Setups, TV and Graphics, Elevate Outdoors, and Affordable SEO and Marketing. And we'll just listen to the audio while we're at it. Let us know who you're rooting for in the chat below. It's a good race so far after the bad start. And this is one to go. So we get ready for the restart. 68 laps are in the books. Josh Susi selecting the inside for this restart. David Salter next to him. That is row 1. Row number 2, Stan Mayberry and Briggs Swope. Row 3, Dylan Clark and Landon Lacey. Row 4, Kayla McCarthy and Brian Preslar. And rounding out the top 10 on your screen, Alan Crowell and Tyler Isley. Lynn, I tell you what, who I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for Steve Stripmatter in that 51. He's still on that lead lap. We like to have a little bit of fun with each other. Susi, the control car for this restart. I think he's very glad that he is the control car here. Pace car is in. The Geico restart zone is that Speed Demon restart zone. There he goes. Salter kept sleeping, fades back big time. Mayberry to the inside for second spot. Second spot is where he's been the highest today in terms of running position. Oh my, look at the run for Landon Lacey. 3 wide up on the lightning lane and almost got turned. Briggs Swope came up on the track. He lost it out of 2 while trying to save, and the car almost caught the wall as he falls back to 5th as him and Mayberry duke at it. And look at McCarthy on the bottom with a scuffed up left side. Outstanding racing at MIS. Swope has the spot. Ryan Broderick, a late race runner, in the pits. Oh man, Swope smoked the right sides of the car. He's in big trouble. Mayberry is in desperation mode, trying to find a way to get by that 7. Up trouble, yellow flag is out. Justin Diltz. And him and Brian Wiggins also collected. Both of them were already sideways, and then Wiggins comes up into Dilt. Oh my goodness. For the second week in a row, Justin Dilt, an awful head-on collision. Ouch. Wasn't completely head-on like it was at Indy, but still, that's a bad shot. That puts them back, Wiggins and Dilts, to 16th and 18th, respectively. So as we get ready, and while we were at it, oh man, Susie's off. Oh, he was on leader go by. We'll step aside, take a quick break here at Michigan.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
We are ready to go for the restart. We are past the halfway mark here at MIS. We'll reset the field here for you as we come back to green. It is Susie and Salter, row 1. Susie has the inside line. Kayla McCarthy, Tyler Isley, row 2. Dylan Clark and Stan Mayberry, row 3. Mark Sikosi, Alan Crowell, row 4. And Jimmy Barr and Steve Strickmatter round out the top 10. Greg Swope, we can tell you, by the way, he was in the front of the field earlier. He did come into pit road under caution, along with Landon Lacey, Brian Preslar, and Don DeGroot. So we'll see what kind of a chance they have. We're back to green. McCarthy up on the outside with a great jump. Can she challenge on Susie for the lead? No. But a great jump was following Susie there as after Salter is caught sleeping. Both of them running the lower line. Salter trying the top and diamonds the corner and challenges McCarthy. Runner-up battle is on. And behind them, Mayberry wants fourth back from Isley. He's got it. Brian Wiggins back in the pits. Great racing all around. McCarthy could lose third position. There may have been some contact, I think, with Mayberry just coming off of turn 2. Here comes Isley, and that 17 also wants to be a part of this. It's right on board Dylan Clark as you watch this skirmish. While up front, here we go for the lead. Meanwhile, it's getting ugly for third. Mayberry nearly put McCarthy in the wall. Views all around. Salter for the lead. Mayberry for third. Incredible action on your screen. 50 to go at MIS. Top 7 all under a blanket. Susie wants it back on the bottom, but he's a little bit losing too. Oh! Susie on the apron and makes a tremendous save. That cost him many spots, though, friends. He is back into 8th. Landon Lacey just got by him. But my goodness, Susie can drive that baby. And that slowed up the guys from 2nd through 4th on back as Salter continues to lead them. Battle for 2nd. Mayberry, Sikosi, and Isley. Let's see if the latter two try and diamond this corner. Isley does and looks for 3rd. He's loose off of 2. And takes it back. Clark continues to blink again. Sikosi and Isley, by the way, just had their personal best last time. Sikosi, 39.11. Isley, 39.09. They did close into 2nd place Mayberry. Let's go behind them and watch the Clark-Isley battle on board the 34. Look at that speed. 200 miles an hour in 1. Things you love to see. It. Mayberry, by the way, look at this. Oh, trouble. Josh Susie has crashed it. Susie has, oh my goodness, front end damage to the 12. And while that was happening, folks, we had a battle for the lead brewing between Salter and Mayberry. Let's go to the replay. This was a battle with Jimmy Barr and I think Briggs Swope. And once again, Susie. Oh, man. Head on. Oh, my goodness. 2 terrible shots. One at the wall and one from Strit Matter. Oh. That's a gut feeling, man. And that likely is going to end Susie's night right there for points leader. I was looking for his 6th win on the season. This is all by himself. And the hit from Strat Matter really was the straw that broke the camel's back. And there's Strat Matter going by. Let's see if this is going to give us that onboard from Strit Matter if we have it. This will. Did not expect him to top on down like that. And both of their nights are likely over after that. Pit stops. This is the 3rd stop of the day, I believe, if not 4, for the leaders. onboard. Salter, let's go from a wide shot and watch. Oh, this is close. Salter edges out Mayberry, though. This is a race that we've seen tonight that has featured a variety of drivers that have a chance to win it. So we'll get ready for that free pass car. We can tell you, we believe it is Josh. Nope, neither of them. I want to say it's Milliken, but I think he's out of the race. Stand by. Should expect a restart shortly. I'd give a shout to Dozer301. Appreciate the follow, sir. A couple more drivers in the pits as we're getting ready to go back to the green flag. Set the field here as we come back to the green flag. Salter and Mayberry make up the front row. Row number 2 is Mark Sikosi and Briggs Swope. Row 3, Landon Lacey and Tyler Isley. Row 4, Brian Presler and Kayla McCarthy. And row 5, Jimmy Barr and Dylan Clark. We go. Salter fires back to green. Appreciate the support, Steve. Unfortunate night for you tonight. Meanwhile, for David Salter, got an incredible restart. Look at Lacey again. Oh my goodness, this guy has a run on restarts. All the way up to 5th position. The door is slammed by Mayberry. He's going at it with Sikosi, and they nearly make donuts down the back chute. Sikosi down low, wants second spot off of Mayberry. Can he make that look easy? Off the corner, yes he can. Briggs Swope wants a piece of Lacey for 4th. Sikosi goes nip tuck. Mayberry all over Salter. What a run he had. He had to get off the gas though. Entering 1. Oh, Mark Sikosi, hang on to her. In the apron, can he save it? Yes, he can. A Josh Susi 2.0. Back into the 12th position, and we are under caution for the 10th time today. And this is for a different accident. Tom Pera is the man behind that pit stall. Single car accident from what we know of. And was there contact? Nope. All by himself. Oh, I gotta watch the onboard with that. Yikes. That's a tough shot. After this, we're gonna watch from the cockpit cam. That's a night that went Paris night for good. So you see here, the rear end just came out. He had the brakes just locked up. Nothing he could do. It was just a slow snap for Para. Things you don't want to see. And yes, go Dinger. All right, so stand by here as we wait for the restart. I tell you what, let's actually go to break. Stay with us.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
About to put lap 87 in the books. David Salter leads Stan Mayberry, Greg Swope, Landon Lacey, Kayla McCarthy, Tyler Isley, Dylan Clark, Brian Preslar, Jimmy Barr, and Alan Crowell. Back to green. Three wide for the lead. Landon Lacey's been so good at restarts today, but Salter gets away on the gas off of 2. Mayberry is second. Brake Swope is third. Oh my goodness. This is his highest spot he's been in today, and he won second on Mayberry. What a pass by the 7. Lacey tries to slam the door on Isley for fourth, but knows he would cost him speed off the corner. On board with Swope. Oh man, Swope lost the big time. And he could get stuck 3 wide. Who's that thread the needle inside? Oh my, he almost put Lacey in the wall, and around goes McCarthy. McCarthy makes a great save. Turn 2 has been calamity corner for many drivers today. Got more drivers off the pace. Isley may have just scraped the wall. I'm not too sure, though. Lap number 90. Through 6, all under a blanket. You see Lacey in the 53 trying to close his way in. Isley trying to look in the bottom. See trying to get the run. Isley slams the door and cuts off the draft. Top 2 have pulled away from 3 through 6. Meanwhile, the battle for the race lead is developing. Hang on, hold that thought. Isley's up to 3rd. Swope's falling back to 6th. And is that's not Mayberry, excuse me, I want to say that was Dilts or Susie. Stan Mayberry up there with David Salter. Go behind them, though. Down into 1. Broderick is now in the pits. I think he knows he's got as many spots as he can handle. He's parking in 22nd, I'd assume. Isley and Lacey trying to pull away from Clark and Swope. Let's go behind them, though. Preslar and Wiggins are actually side by side on the lead lap for 11th. Lacey trying to fight back. Oh, man, near contact between the two. Lacey thinking about the bump draft. There it is. Look at that left front suspension. The grill. Thank you, iRacing Ghost Cams. Here's the run off the corner. Better exit. Isley almost loses it. He's right there. Dylan Clark not working with his teammate. Instead goes with his former teammate. And Swope goes for the 2-for-1. Looking for 4th position. He's got it. Stan Mayberry, meanwhile, closing in on Salter. Just ran his best lap of the day. 39.06. And what is the battle for the race lead? Gap is increasing even though Mayberry is in the draft. Oh, this may be a better exit. He may have the run here. He's got the run. It's coming, baby. Salter faces big pressure. Mayberry, does he try the inside? No, he cuts it back. He lets Salter have it. I'm surprised Mayberry did not go for a run. Would have been his first lead of the day. Let's go back, watch some more racing. Jimmy Barr has entered this incredible battle. Thought about threading the needle. He's right there with Mark Sikosi. As Swope has faded back to 8th position. They start to get a run. They were working on Isley, who was starting to fade back as well. Couple of drivers to update you on first off. Oh, trouble. Caution is out. Brian Wiggins. Hold that thought. That car is toast. And that was a big fire underneath the 1 car. So this changes everything, possibly. think this is the second week in a row he's also gone head-on. There was another driver that was also involved. And I think that was Smeal that got him. But look at that. That car has turned into a modified that is on fire. And he was loose with the 20 of DeGroot next to him. Let's try and rewind the footage here and get your earlier shot. That was for 11th on the track, and he tried to side draft in the corner, which is never a good idea. All right, show of hands in the chat. Who would love to see this car get the new damage model? I'd be all in on that. So now, as we're approaching 25 to go here in a matter of moments. This could change everything here. Everyone's in for pit stops. Yes, new damage, make it exciting pieces everywhere. Well, we had the ARCA series before that ended, and we saw once. We'll try and see if we can find the footage. Milliken had a terrible wreck. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find the Milliken wreck, but that was crazy. Let me see if I can find it here for you guys. Salter won the race off pit road. Mayberry, a terrible stop, goes back to 4th. Lacey's up to 2nd. Clark is up to 3rd. I don't think we have it, actually. Yeah, I don't think we have the footage anymore, unfortunately. But Milliken had a terrible head-on shot of the inside wall. So, all right, lights are off. And we will have 26 to go when we take the green flag. Don't forget next week, Twin Ring Motegi. For what should be a fun one to watch. Don't miss that. Cup cars at Motegi. That was in real life back in 1998. It's going to happen here. Thunder Special 200, 134 laps. 8:45 p.m. Eastern right here on wherever you watch the National Sim Racing League. Off of turn 2. David Salter, who I believe has led the most laps of this race. Next to Landon Lacey, who has had probably the best restarts of anyone today. Dylan Clark and Stan Mayberry in row number 2. Jimmy Barr and Mark Sikosi in row number 3. Tyler Isley and Cadel McCarthy in row number 4. Josh Aaron and Alan Crowell round out the top 10. We'll hit the triple digits when we restart this race. 26 laps to go at Michigan. It's far from over after our 12th caution of the evening. And a good restart from Salter, but Lacey's been oh so good in the corners. He knows how that car grips it. Lacey tucks it back in line, cuts off Mayberry. Mayberry gives him a bumper. Mayberry tries to the inside here in the corner. Yes, he'll look. But Lacey, wherever he goes on this restart, he has been pure fire. Up to the door of Salter for the lead. Salter tries to clear it, but Lacey scrapes the wall off too. And that cost him a little bit of time. Mayberry, let's see if he tries the inside for second. Lacey slams the door right in his face. Could this help out Dylan Clark, who's trying to go for third? Sikosi and Barduk at it for fifth. Sikosi diamonds the corner. He wants fourth on Clark. Mayberry again trying everything on Lacey. But Lacey keeps shutting the door like he's John Gerard. Mayberry trying to see if he can get a run on the low line. He's up to the door of Lacey. Can he get the draft off of Salter? Battle for second is on. And Salter likes what he sees in his rearview mirror. Can he try and pull away? Who's got the run off of 4? Mayberry's got the run from 23rd up to second position. Sikosi back up in the battle now after being in a wreck earlier tonight. Nice run for him. Lacey still in third. Ooh, almost lost the car there for a moment. You can see it bobble for just a moment. Bobbling more and more. Sikosi trying to take advantage. Look at Jimmy Barr up there in the 6. Looking for a top 5 spot. He's got it on Dylan. And a nice shut door from Sikosi. Lacey crosses it over. Battle for the lead meanwhile heating up. Mayberry is back there with Salter. And he's still yet to take advantage of it. Landon Lacey still in third position. Got back by. Let's check on a Mayberry. If he tries to look to the bottom. Different lines by the top two. Mayberry goes up to the top as Salter's on the bottom. Allow Salter to pull away just a little bit, a couple of car lengths. Draft doesn't really matter for third spot at the moment. It does matter for up front though. Here we go, up to the draft once more. 187 in the corner. We saw him reach 200 earlier today, and this could be a three-man show. Ding dong, Landon Lacey is entered. This is getting exciting. Let's see if Mayberry tries the inside here. He's working on a bottom groove. Salter and Lacey, though, working together. The Full Throttle Motorsports driver trying to pull an upset here in David Salter. Him and his teammate Mayberry 1-2, trying to hold off the KTS guy and Lacey. Only guy to work the bottom. So if you're wondering why Mayberry's yet to make a pass, it's because his teammate's David Salter. They've got one win together. That was when Mayberry took the win at Iowa. Fourth place car is 1.8 seconds behind Landon Lacey, so it's likely a three-man horseshoe to the end unless we get a yellow. Mayberry's got to run down the back chute, fakes it to the inside. Lacey sends it into the bottom. For the second position on track, does he have it? Salter likely going to come up here and work and have Mayberry get the draft, which he does. Lacey falls back to third, doesn't work in his favor. Yes, I said Salter won Iowa, didn't I? Or did I say Mayberry? Oh, no! Mayberry goes around and, the first mistake tonight. Oh, man. You hate to see it. The car he was just turning it to the left. I feel for him. His best run all season long. Without question. And spins it. That one is going to leave a sour taste. He just caught the wall right there. Oh, so close to getting the wall. Let's watch back on the onboard here. The brakes were screaming, so I want to watch from the cockpit camera. Watch the wheel. He's got that thing locked to the right. If he puts a little bit of gas in it and can loop, I think he could loop that thing around and keep it off the wall and get a chance again. Now then, we're going to see something interesting here. We've seen a couple of drivers come in. Mark Sikosi leading the field in. Some of these drivers with their final stop of the race, using their final sets of Goodyear tires. Top 6 to stay out. And Brian Preslar beats him out. He'll have 7th over Sikosi. And now the question is, and Preslar took fuel only because he didn't have any tire sets left. Now the question is, will Ford tires beat Warren tires? We'll have an advantage by 11 laps. Got to go to break. When we come back, we're taking you to the finish. Stay with the 17 to go for Michigan. Taking you to the finish of this one with 16 laps to go. Oh boy, and I don't know if we're going to go green to the end. This has been a crazy race with so many different leaders. Salter leads, Lacey second, Clark third, Barr fourth, Swope fifth, McCarthy sixth. They are on worn tires. Sikosi in seventh, the first with fresher tires as we're back to green. If this goes green the rest of the way, this could be in the hands of Sikosi to try and get his second win on the year. Salter with a clear on Lacey. Now who gets the better turn in 1 and 2? We know how good Lacey is today. Test the higher waters. Now the only issue for Salter is he does not have a teammate. Oh no! McCarthy and Sikosi take each other out. Holy moly. And drivers that were on fresher tires get into each other. There's another angle, folks. McCarthy just came down. I think they just came up and down. Let's see from our drone shot. McCarthy came down. She was starting to get loose off of 2. I don't know how bad the damage is on Sikosi, but remember, that's his final set of tires. So they may be flat spotted. What is it going to take for Sikosi to get that second win on the year? Alrighty, so now stuff changes once again. Free pass car, by the way, is a white car. I think it's scrolling through the field to see who it is. Milliken. Wow, I'm surprised he's still on the track. Normally, here's a guy who, whenever he gets in the wreck, he just puts it in park and parks in. Calls it a night, but even after all the wrecks, he's still out there in 16th. Keep it here with you. Again, we told you we're going to the finish. But it's far from over, folks.
Outside.
Listen to Lena here on the radio. Salter takes the outside. We'll go green with 11 laps to go. Alrighty, we'll have 11 to go when we come back to the green flag. And this, again, has been... We had an awful stage 1. A great stage 2. A crazy stage 3. Salter and Lacey, the front row. Clark and Barr, row 2. Isley and Swope, row 3. Preslar and Crowell, row 4. And Aaron and Mayberry round out the top 10. Will Salter be able to get his second win on the season? Will Lacey get his 4th win on the year? Can Clark get his 2nd? Or can Jimmy Barr stun the field and get his 1st? Every driver on the lead lap, in my opinion, has a chance to win it still. Salter, the control car for this restart. 11 to go. Fires it early. Great restart on Lacey. But Lacey actually, that was actually one of his better restarts. when matched up on the inside as second place. Wide on board here with Lacey. Oh my gosh, he had the draft, takes it to the inside, drives it deep for the lead. Can Lacey clear on Salter? The answer is yes. Landon Lacey to the point at Michigan. Salter staying in the draft. These have been the two best cars all night long. Oh, Swope turns Jimmy Barr around and the wall he goes. No caution. And we got one off track. It's Isley. Now will this be a yellow? No, it won't. 10 laps to go. We stay green. And Salter to the inside for the lead. Now can Salter clear up on Lacey this time off of 2? Yes, he can. Salter back to the point. Now if these two get in a battle, Dylan Clark, and how about Crowell in the battle up to 3rd. That's the highest spot he's been today. But we're continuing to watch this. There is not a fan sitting in their seats. Bad exit from Landon Lacey. Lost some time to Salter, but he's got the draft. 9 to go. Alan Crowell, though, is right there. 15th place car is in. That's Milliken. Smil is also in. And Lacey's right there to the inside. They almost collided. Let's watch Crowell here. Lacey, a big run down the back chute. Crowell backs out of it in case the two get together. He's holding on to it. Lacey to the lead. And Crowell, oh my, that got close. 3 wide for the race lead at Michigan. Lacey leads at the stripe. And folks, this is why you want 670 horsepower over 550. Oh, Crowell got loose in 2. Oh, he spins it. Crowell, nice save. Oh, boy, he's on the wall. Pancakes it. Caution flag is out. Another front runner is gone, and what a shame for Alan Crowell. And again, we are far from done. Crowell had a chance for his best finish of the season. Only one top 5 will remain in place at New Hampshire.
Pace car for 2.
If he did not come back up on the track, this is a different scenario. Just kept fighting it. Too much throttle right there. Oh, is that Swope that was involved as well? It was. We're going to watch on board with Crowell, but we're going to rewind this footage here first. Got to give props to Crowell with the battle for the lead. This is starting to turn into the Busch Series at Charlotte in 06 again, or maybe you can even count the Coke 600 from 2005. Oof. Bad shot. Oh! Oh, that's a heartbreaker there, and Briggs Swope came in there. We can tell you this, by the way, Mayberry and Swope are in the pits looking for fresher tires. So from what I am thinking here, this will give us about 4 laps to go when we take the restart. Holy moly. Racer Ryan says, didn't know Clint Boyer was in this race. So we'll check here if the lights go off the pace car. And the lights are off. So this is a 4-lap shootout. 8 miles to determine who wins unless the yellow flag flies, which could send us into overtime. Salter on the outside with Lacey next to him. I believe those are the drivers that only have a chance at winning it. 10 drivers. Lacey is second. Row 2, Dylan Clark and Brian Preslar. Row 3, Kayla McCarthy, Josh Susi. Row 4, Josh Aaron and Don DeGroot. Row 5, Tyler Isley and Alex Robinson. How about Robinson with a chance at getting his first top 10? That'd be insane if that happened. Here we go. 15 yellows, and it could come down to a 4-lap shootout. Salter fires. Back to green. Lacey, a good match. Stays right there. He could try and go for the lead just like the last restart. And he's right there. He's right there. Can he get the draft into one? Takes it to the bottom. He's got the run. And Lacey, can he make it look easy off the corner? Not yet. The fight is still there. Somehow, that's the best defense I've seen all race. Salter keeps the lead. And he extends the lead over Lacey. 0.2 of a second, coming to 3 laps to go. If the two get into it, Dylan Clark is in the battle. What does he do in 1 and 2? Bottom line. Salter opens the door up. Lacey drives it deep. He can't get the exit. Salter keeps the lead. Bad exit, though, from Salter, I think. What happens in turn 3 and 4? Lacey's still behind. He's losing. He's running out of time to try and get to Salter. Popsicles up this time. 2 laps to go. It's coming down to David Salter and Landon Lacey. Will Salter get his second win on the season? This time he goes bottom. Lacey up top. Lacey almost got squirrely on the entry. He's looking for the banking. Oh, Lacey! Salter got the wall. Salter got the wall. Drove her way too deep off of 2. Open a chance for Lacey to get back in this race. Here we go. Half a car length, the gap. It's going to come down to 2 miles. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go in Michigan. Lacey wants his 4th. Salter wants his 2nd. Lacey, is he going to send it in? Goes to the inside for the race lead. Is he going to get it to stick? Loose off of 2. Drives it in deep. They nearly touch. Contact off of 2. It's going to be a major send down the back straightaway. Final time at Michigan. Salter, Lacey. Salter drives it deep. Lacey drives it deep. Salter tries to fight it back. He's got the run off of 4. Landon Lacey. Does he have the last lap pass? Salter tries to draft. Lacey's got it. Last lap pass for Lacey. He wins it at Michigan.
Nice one.
You love it for Lacey. You hate it for Salter. Landon Lacey Win number 4 on the year.
Good race there, Salter. That was a load of fun all race long.
I thought for a moment Landon Lacey, when he sent it in,
Yes, sir.
that he was going to drive it too deep, go up on the outside, but he got the low line to stick. And I thought as well that David Salter was going to get the draft and try and diamond the corner off the exit. He stayed in the draft of Lacey, and it just was not enough. We'll talk with the top 5 here. Excuse me, your top 3, my mistake. So we'll stand by here as we talk to your top 3. And we'll start things off with our 3rd place finisher, Mark Sikosi. Mark, that was a crazy race, man. How were you able to get that back up to a podium spot at the end?
Man, the car was so good. We got her fixed up. There was times where that thing was real edgy, but we kept working on it all race, and we got it so good towards the end there. If we didn't have those things happen, those little mishaps, I think we got together with Kayla and Bragg. If that didn't happen, who knows? I mean, maybe we could have got another one, but yeah, I don't know. The thing was, it was so good. I'm glad to get back up there, get back to a 3rd, but man, the thing being that good, I mean, it's just, I don't know. We'll go on to the next one. We'll keep doing what we're doing. I mean, we found something with this car, so I'm happy about that.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
I got to give a shout out to my teammates, Justin Deltz, Alan Crowell, Brian Wiggins. Alan had another really good run going. I thought he was going to have a shot at it until I guess the car got away from him there at the end. And as a team, I mean, we ran pretty strong tonight.
Mark, we'll let you go. Nice job tonight, man.
Thanks, Marty.
Sikosi finishing in 3rd position. Let's go to 2nd place, David Salter. David, that's going to be unfortunate. Just what was the game plan in that final lap entering turn 3?
Going into 3 was try to go high, cut low, and see if I couldn't get a run off of it.
Were you trying as well at the same time? Were you expecting Landon to drive it in deep? We saw him drive it in deep, but were you expecting him to drive it so hard that he'd go up on the outside and you trying to cross over?
That's what I was hoping for, Marty.
All right. You did play defense really well. I got to give you credit on that final restart. Lacey on that inside, but somehow you kept it on the outside. How were you able to get that to work, though?
Well, my game plan was Lacey was good on the outside all night long, so I figured if I take the outside, get it to stick in 1 and 2, I can probably pull him. But you know, it was just the setup that we worked on tonight. It just held.
Who do you want to give shouts to tonight?
My 2 teammates, Robbie Bice and Stan Mayberry. I mean, me and Stan, I mean, we just started pulling away from the field. I hated to see that caution come out, and because I think we had it covered.
All right, man, we'll let you go. Great run tonight. I know it's not the win, but that's a great run. Finishing in 2nd. Nice job, man.
Thank you.
David Salter, 2nd place finisher tonight. Let's go to our last lap pass, man. Your race winner, Landon Lacey. Landon, how were you able to pull that off?
I didn't think I was going to get a chance to do that, to be honest. But he caught the wall there off turn 2 with 2 laps to go, and that gave me a really good shot at it. And just had to play draft into my favor there off turn 2 and just side draft him as hard as I could. And then going into 3, just try to run him a little bit higher than his normal entry line to kind of help myself turn a little better as well. So that was exciting. I didn't think I was gonna have the car to do it.
Were there any concerns entering turn number 3 when driving it in deep that you would have gone all back up to the outside and have Salter try and cross you over?
No, I mean, like I said, I tried pushing him a little higher in the entry. Um, that way I could, slow up my car enough to be able to make the corner. So, because I figured, he would check up a little earlier to try to pull a crossover. So I was trying to make sure that if he did that, that I was able to pull down the racetrack with him.
On to next week. This is going to be an experience unlike any other, saying sayonara to the regular season. Twin Ring Motegi, what are you expecting from that?
Um, Me myself, I'll probably be off next week. Planning on being out of town. So I probably won't be there, but I'm sure it's going to be a great race. Twin Ring it is a pretty unique oval on its own, so I think there'll be some pretty intense racing there next week.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Yeah, shout out to Edge Setup Shop as always. Got another win in one of their pieces, so that's so thanks to those guys for everything they do for me. Martin Sports, Competition Designs, everybody over here that admins and puts all this stuff together. Thank you to those guys. Thank you for the broadcast. My KTS teammates, and pretty much everybody that's gotten me here to this point.
4th win of the season. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Landon Lacey gets the job done at Michigan on the last lap pass. Let's go back. We'll watch from the white flag from the drone and show you how Landon was able to pull that off. So first off, it's starting here with Landon in the draft. Cuts it down to a car length, and then here's the run here. See, he's trying to play defense like he was doing on the high side in the final laps of that restart. Lacey drove it in deep and got the run off at 2. You see Salter trying to side draft there. Lacey also trying to side draft. Tries to push him up higher. That's what he did, what he just mentioned. And I think that's what gave him the win. Lacey drove it in. He didn't drive it in deep. He drove it in perfectly. Salter tries to get the draft and just keeps on trying to break it. And there was the straw that broke the camel's back. Landon Lacey, 4th win of this season. A great job from him tonight. Let's take a look at your official results. Lacey, Salter, Sikosi, McCarthy, and Clark, the top 5. How about the guy that finished in 10th? Alex Robinson from 25th to 10th, the hard charger, and he gets his first top 10 of the season, if I recall correctly. Show you the rest of the finishers here on your screen. There they are. Steve Stripmatter, tough break for him. You see everyone on your screen. The heartbreak for me went to Stan Mayberry and Alan Crowell, looking for their best finishes of the season. And their days came short after they got loose. So that will do it for us again next week. We've got a good one set for you at Twin Ring Motegi, the Thunder Special 200. Shout out to our sponsors as always: Butt Kicker, Speed Demon, Setups, TV and Graphics, Elevate Outdoors, and Affordable SEO Marketing. On behalf of our admins with the National Sim Racing League, our race director is Chris Lynn. Our admins are Justin Diltz and Mark Sikosi. Marty Sakala signing off for tonight. 4th win of the season to Landon Lacey. He gets the job done at Michigan International Speedway. So long, everyone, from the Irish Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan.